Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton here with Brandon. It's an open play Thursday here, so we're just gonna play some cards. I've got Cardcaptor Sakura, not too dissimilar to what I played last time I played it, except I changed out some stuff with the level 1 combo, trying something a little bit different, trying the Caro combo that changes into the 2-1 Caro with Omniverse, Draw, and Salvage. Trying something a little different, just to see if I can get a little better efficiency. So, and like we talked about last time, this is going to be a little bit more of a practice place, a place to try new things going forward. So, curious to see what's going to end up happening with it. I've been playing with it, kind of just fishbowling with it on my own, and I'm generally pretty happy with it. So, I want to see how it does against like an actual deck. Brandon, what have you got?
Well, I have Adventure Time. Same deck previously to put on the channel. Just wanted to get some more gameplay in it before moving on to the next one.
What is the next one for you? I'm curious.
That's a good question.
For channel purposes more. I know like what you're like planning on playing, but
I'm probably going to put together a Mob Psycho list. I mean, realistically. Oh wow! I actually get to first. Cool. For me, it's a good way to at least go over all of the cards intentionally. So like it gives me the opportunity to see what's in the set, to go over the set in some detail.
Sure.
So like I know what's out there, so I know what I'm playing into. So it's more convenient for me to do it that way.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Let's see, I'm going first.
I appreciate that I play with someone who wants to dig into every new set and figure out what they all do and try to build every new thing that comes out, because that means I can just kind of play what I play and like focus on trying to make my stuff optimized, and then I get to play into all the new stuff without having to particularly study it.
Makes sense. For 2.
Because I have a tendency to kind of get very narrowly focused on a set and just kind of play it over and over and over again, try to experiment with as many different things as I can. And kind of at the exclusion of everything else for a while. That's kind of what I'm doing currently with Legend of Crimson.
Sure, and I mean, I think there's a lot to that as well. Like being able to scrutinize and study and be able to dive into each of those sets for an extended period of time, I think allows you to be able to potentially pull out the best from the set that fits your playstyle.
Sometimes that works, and sometimes you get hyper focused on Haruhi, which means that you may have the best Haruhi deck in the world, but that's also like having the best tasting Brussels sprout. It's only so good, It's only helpful in certain contexts. We're gonna clock draw 2.
And that's also fair.
Because legitimately, it's not. I don't know. Given the amount of time I've put into Haruhi, it's entirely possible that the Haruhi deck that I have is actually a fully optimized, cannot possibly be any better Haruhi set or Haruhi deck. But it literally doesn't matter because it's not playable in any competitive environment, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. That doesn't change how I feel about it. I still love it, but yeah. Yeah. So that's the runner, which that's a new addition. Okay. When it attacks, I can give something else 500 and it runs for free. It's pretty nice and fixes for red. I mostly haven't been playing it just because I kind of have a thing against runners, which is maybe a little unfair, but I don't find them always particularly useful. I'm going to play this Shaoran, and when I do, I am going to not. No, I'm going to use its effect. Which is to pitch, add a thing into my hand, and then clock the top card. Which in this case, that's the 2/1 Caro that the 1/0 changes into.
Interesting.
So it has a few more stipulations, but I find that it generally works pretty well. All right, so we'll just roll with this. This is a double bomb, so we're just gonna blow everything up here first.
Interesting. Okay.
For 3. That's the combo, by the way. It's a stock soul 2-soul trigger.
Oh, interesting. You're actually running it. Okay.
It's the same as the for the trial deck level 1 combo. It's the same card, just different art, basically. Nothing else changes. So
1,
so yeah,
2,
this is
3 sticks.
Based off of the observation of someone in our locals who is a good player and whose opinion I value. He suggested that I try it. Oh, hold on.
Your bomb.
Yep. You do things first.
Because your effect happens first. Because you got because player's turn.
Yes. It's a clock bomb.
And that affects how my card gets played.
Yes, because we both died because we were 500, and because I reverse, I clock kick you. So, which means that you don't get to plus off of the wild berry. Which is one of the few instances I find that like clock kicking at 0 is particularly useful, is those on death effects you can mitigate, which is kind of neat. And then the trigger, which you've already seen, it's for 2. That's the runner.
Yep. 1, 2.
So Shauron dies as well. Yep. Man, those are spoilers for Tsubasa.
I mean,
Season 3 when?
that's fair. So pass turn, and then
people out here looking for Spice and Wolf. I'm just like, but what about Tsubasa? Tsubasa needs more. I should probably watch Spice and Wolf at some point. I imagine I would like it.
I'm gonna clock this.
Oh boy, level 1.
Yeah. I'm going to level red.
Okay.
Draw the 2. Okay. Sure. Play this one. Play this one, not doing the card's effect because there's no target in the waiting room anyway.
Okay.
Play this one. And then stand by.
Okay.
And then I'll choose to stand by. The Brainstormer.
Okay. So it's the beginning of attack phase, so
you can run.
I can run. I'm gonna run here and like I don't know, bomb you 0, I guess, because never mind. No, never mind. That's not in the memory, so that does not get the 500. So that is sitting at 1500. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So, yep, you're currently power tied with that character.
Yep. So go for it.
Sure. I will attack in the middle first.
Okay.
For 2.
Cancels on 1.
Sure. I don't think I want your runner to plus at this point, so I'm going to crash here.
Okay.
For 1. And yeah, I'm going to not twin drive here at the end. Because I think I want to just try to see what I can do here. For 2.
That sticks.
And I'll choose that one to stock charge with.
All right, we'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then draw 2. I will on play mill 2. There is a climax, so it sits at 5,000.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure if you were going to have the Ricky in hand. So I was like, the possibility that you could was rather high.
Yeah.
So even putting you at...
Yeah, no, it's a really necessary card in this
for
set
sure.
and this list. So
I was thinking of trying to level lock you, but I figured you had the Ricky.
yeah.
So like either I didn't attack there and then didn't gain my stock, or
yeah,
I just
and then
push you anyway.
And then I'm going to salvage that.
Well, that's an annoying card for this matchup.
Yes, it is.
Jerk.
Pay the 1 for that as well. On play, pitch 1 to add the Caro into hand, and then clock the top card. Yeah, we'll roll with this, I think, because you're sitting at 4-5-3-5, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll set the bomb and we'll swing for 2.
Yep, 2 sticks.
We're over here. For 2.
Yep.
And then for 1.
All sticks. Okay. Draw 1. Clock. Draw 2. Okay. Sword 1. Flip top. It is a climax, so no plus there. So what instead? I will rainstorm.
Makes sense.
And what do you know? I actually hit 2 climaxes this time.
Remarkable.
Send those to waiting room, and I can salvage 1. I will salvage hopefully something useful.
Do you run the event that gives the back row brainstormer plus 500, or the 500 assist?
No, I don't.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I will get something that's going to benefit me in the long run. I'll get one of those.
Okay.
I get shot twice. One
Yes,
more.
you do.
Let's not do that. Let's do one of the combos as well. Sure. I will then have another sword.
Swords are good.
Swords are helpful. Flip top. Hey, look, it's a character. I'll do one more sword.
Okay.
Hey, look, it's a character. And then from here, I'll play this one. I'll play this one. I'll play this one. Yeah. Because then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sure. We will
Sorry about the creaking of my chair.
You're fine. I'm just trying to figure out which order I want to do this in. I'm gonna crash in the middle first.
Okay. Well, I also die, correct? Because we're both at 2?
Yes, you will also die, yes.
Okay.
Because it is a reverser, so I will reverse you for zeros.
I was going to die anyway, because you're at 2,000.
Yes.
So, for 2?
For 2.
Okay.
And
Cancel someone.
Pay the one. Yep, pay the 1. Put a card from hand into waiting room. Put that to memory. And search. I'm gonna get that one. I'm actually gonna attack with this one next.
Okay.
For just 1. And then blind stock it. And then I will crash in this lane. For 2 in a standby. I will standby out
2/6.
that one. Put that there. And then I will then turn around to pay the 1. Discard a card. Put that in. Search. Okay. And I will get the Flame Princess. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And draw for turn.
Yep.
Clock draw 2. All right. So on play, pitch 1, add to hand, and then I'll clock 1. Okay, that's sitting at 5. On play, I can look at the top card of my deck and either leave it on top or put it into the waiting room. I'll leave that there.
Okay. Let's see. So you're still level 1, so at most you can get that change effect off.
On play, I can draw 1, pitch 1, but I will not. Because I am comfortable triggering that which is on top of my deck. And then I'll drop the runner down, because I need a full field in order to pull off the combo, so. Because that's just the rules. Okay, so I'm going to declare beginning of Climax phase.
Okay.
Gonna pay the 1.
Okay.
And pitch 2 characters. To go get the Caro, put it down, pop this one back into my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play the Stock Soul. When I do, I'm going to move a red card from my waiting room into my stock, or to put it on top of my stock, and then I'm going to immediately pay it out with the Amagi in the back row. Okay. So I'm just not going to make the motion because there's a red card. So I can look at up to
4.
I can look up to 4. I'm just going to play them onto the stage just because it makes life easier. And I will choose from among them I will choose the Brainstormer.
Okay.
And send those all to waiting room. And then we'll start the actual attack phase.
Sure.
So, gonna swing here. I'm at 8-5.
Yep.
For 3.
Cancel.
Okay. On reverse, draw 1, salvage 1. And I'm going to salvage my 2-1 Kinomoto.
Okay.
And we'll swing here for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cancel.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to stick. And then we'll swing here. For 3.
1, 2, 3 sticks.
Okay.
I will level the event. Yeah. Get rid of that one. Untap. Draw 1. I will do something interesting here. I think. Yeah, I mean... I'm going to clock and draw 2.
Okay.
Draw the 1. And then...
How many are you shuffling back in?
7.
Okay.
Draw the second one. And refresh point.
I see what you did there. Because that top card's always a climax.
Always. I'm going to do the sword.
Yep.
Get out that climax. Flip the top. Draw the 1. I think I have to do it this way. And then with that, I can play this one. Draw 2, waiting room 2. Because the early play condition, now 4 more. And then just going to look at 4. Choose 1. The rest waiting room. With that, and seeing what I have here, I drew well, but the problem is now I have to actually make up for it. So I'm actually going to play over.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to stand by. But I'm actually not going to stand by. I'm just going to play the standby combo.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Although I probably actually should stand by. Technically, I'm standbying in the Jake over the Jake, so it's the same card.
Interesting. Okay.
But because I bring in another character, it grants 2,000 power to each of my characters. So I actually have the power.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
So technically, I'm standbying, but
so
it's the same card. Okay.
You did the actual thing though, right? You brought the card out of waiting room.
Yes, the card is right there currently on the top of my waiting room.
Okay.
I bring it out, I play it over, put the other one back in.
I see what you're saying. Okay, you're just swapping them, more or less. Okay, fair enough.
For 2,000 power.
And you said the Jake, so I was very confused.
Oh, sorry, Finn.
Okay, so I'm like, you tapped the Finn. I'm like, okay, all right, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna front attack here.
Yep.
Can't do twin direct because I only have no stock.
Sure.
So to play for 1.
That's 6.
And then I will choose this card to go in.
Okay.
But I'm going to immediately pay it out to Twin Drive.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
For 2.
And both of those are clean. Going to refresh with all 8.
Yep.
I'm going to resolve this real quick. Going to level in yellow. And then we'll take the 1. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll crash. But I'm
Okay.
going to do the same thing, pay the 1 that I didn't put in.
All right.
To do the 2.
You have 4 of the events in memory, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
With choice. I have 1 choice target. I will pull that into hand.
Okay.
With standby, I will standby out. Because realistically, those are going away. Because you're going to bring out the 2-1. I'm going to standby out that one. There.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I can do
the
some
undeath. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do some milling.
Right. So those are both triggers, yeah? So we're going to mill those. So those are going into stock. And then the attack is going to be for how many?
For 2.
Okay. And that will stick as well. Okay. So both of these die.
I will then... Yeah.
I'm just passing the turn marker.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry, I was just trying to make sure that I got all of the pieces parts right.
Sure.
Because, like, adding additional power was not initially in the plan.
Yeah.
So I was planning on losing that lane.
Right.
So I'm making sure I can...
Yeah, you were at 8-5. But because the... Yeah.
No, I was at 8.
Yeah, but then you triggered.
So it was at 10, yeah.
Yeah, so it should be at 10. So it was at 10-5. All right.
Oh, that's right, because I have the 4th one in there.
Yep. So fair enough. All that. So your board is full, and we're ready to roll. Draw. All right. How do we want to handle this? Probably we don't need... Out of all the things that we don't need. You are the thing that we probably don't need. Caro. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So we'll push you forward. We'll pay the 1 to brainstorm. And then we'll brainstorm. A very scattershot brainstorm, but a brainstorm nonetheless, and we will salvage a thing.
Yep.
We'll just salvage the Caro. Princess Bubblegum's sitting at 4,500, right?
Yep.
Okay. Right. On play, because I have 2 or more, I can draw 1, pitch 1. Well, that's neat.
Right. It's a really interesting game so far.
Alright. I will pitch that which I drew. And then, because I can actually do this now, because of what I drew, I will play over and put the Kinomoto down. Look at the top card. It is a level 1, so it can go into stock. Pause, I just made a mistake. I have to undo that. I can't do that. I can do it, but I'm not going to, because that's a huge mistake. So I'm going to not do that.
Okay.
Yep, that's a big, big mistake, so I'm going to not do that. So I drew that, and I'm still going to pitch it. So we're just basically back to the place before I played the Kinomoto.
Okay.
Except I don't think my stock is the same. I'm missing a... No, am I missing a stock?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to your stock
Gosh,
at
I'm
that
trying
point
to
in
remember.
time.
What I had... I think I had 4 before I brainstormed.
Well, did you pay the one? Did you pay the one for the Kinomoto?
I did. Oh, that's right, I did, but then I didn't put it back. What was the
Yep.
one for the Kinomoto? Let me see if I can... Oh, I can't... Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can scroll through the chat now. I moved Reflect from face down to waiting room. Oh, I moved Reflect from face down to waiting room.
Okay, so put Reflect back on top.
That must have been what it was. That must be what it was. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna not do that. And sorry about that. Unpause. And then I will play the Climax. But I'm not going to do any change effect. So, but when at the beginning of my Climax phase, I can give 500 to a thing. So I'm going to give 500 to Caro. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Caro. And I can pay one to use the Amagi effect, which I will do. We'll look at one more. Oh well. At least I don't trigger it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll grab the backup. Okay. I think we're ready to roll. So I will swing and die here first.
Okay.
For 1,
Well, yep.
2, 3, 4.
I will cancel on 4.
Okay, and then I will clock kick the I'll clock shoot the BMO.
Yep. It's only a little plus, Colton.
I know, but I'm still not giving it to you.
Okay.
All right, then we'll swing here. For 3.
Three sticks.
Okay. And the Caro was sitting at 5/5, so it gets the reverse and does not die itself.
Yep.
And then the swing here.
For 3 again.
That's what it says, but where's the card?
In your clock.
Oh, it's behind something.
Yeah.
What's it behind?
I
Where
think
are
it's
you?
in the middle, behind the Sakura. In the middle. I mean, clearly Sakura is everywhere.
There it
that
is.
was a bad card.
No, there's only one card that's actually called Sakura. So that's like, I have few complaints about Untap. I will say though, the fact that it puts cards back where they were like when you sent them to waiting room,
Cancels.
is slightly annoying. Not like egregiously annoying, but slightly. It usually isn't a problem, but occasionally, you can't find you can't find the card, and you look over in the chat because it tells you where everything is, and what just happened, which is super useful. And it's like, okay, I know I played it, now I just need to find it. So.
Okay. With that, I'm going to play this one. To waiting room. And then I'm level 3. So I can play this one. Draw 2 to waiting room, and I'm going to check these out one at a time. That's what I thought. 2. Looking at peeping 3. 3 is what I'm going to. 1, 2, draw 1 to hand. And then pay 2 to play that one. So with that, I'm going to play the Climax.
Yep.
I think I'm actually in a decent spot for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack here first.
Okay.
For 4.
Okay. Cancels on 2.
Yep. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to twin drive.
Okay. Because this has the cancel burn, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
This is the Musashi.
Yep.
So twin drive 1. Refresh. Shuffle. Finishing out the twin drive. And then the... Well, I definitely screwed that up. Because it's going to be easier to fix this way. This Climax should have been in there. It should have healed off.
Oh, okay. Sure. Just shuffle it. Just shuffle it back in. I get it.
Yep.
No worries. Happens.
So that's the card there.
Yep.
And then that's down here. So for 5.
Okay. Cancels on 1.
Sure. And then top card of the deck into the waiting room. Of course, for 1. Because X plus 1.
Yes. Okay.
Last attack.
Right.
For 3.
Okay. So that's
Oh,
you'll
sorry, I gotta pay out do the combo first.
yes.
Sorry.
So you'll pay 2, pitch 1, and then so is it
So I pay 2, pitch 2 before the attack. So
right?
trigger back on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Draw 2, pitch 1. So it's still for 3.
Okay.
Oh, you're debating the money counter.
Yeah, I'm going to play the money counter.
Yeah, makes sense.
If I had like one more card in deck, I don't think I would have. But I don't want to.
You don't want to eat 6?
I don't want. The thing is, I don't want to be. I think I have one more in here.
Okay.
So like I'm not concerned. I'm not as concerned about the cancel as I am about not having access to like any of my end game, because if I get completely milled out. So yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So it's still swing. It's still swings though. What does it swing for?
Yeah. I mean, bigger than Caro.
Oh, but yes. But I mean, it still swings for. Or no, it doesn't swing for damage. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
No, no damage at all.
I know how my own cards work. I promise. And then I'll send it to waiting room, and then that's turn.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna draw. Oh well, that's actually interesting. Okay, wasn't really expecting that, but it's cool. Oh, let's see. Now it's time to internally debate what to do.
Yep. No, I had that same thing. I'm like, I hit level 3. Do I actually go for it? This is what my hand is set up for. It's what my hand does. Like, I knew you had the money counter, like,
yeah,
but I don't really side attack there. Not really.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're going to clock this, and we're going to level in green because that's useful. It does help us. Send all of that to the waiting room. And then draw 2. Yep, okay. Cool. Cool. How many did you refresh with again?
7.
Okay. All right. How big are all of your things?
10, 5, 11, and 11.
10, 5, 11, 11. And you don't have any cards in hand, so you can't really back anything up.
Nope.
Which, that works to my advantage. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I think the play is going to be to hard play this guy. and then push these guys forward. I think that's going to have to be the play, unfortunately. And then we'll throw this down, and we will see what we can do. We're going to crash here first for 1, 2, 3.
Cancel.
Okay. Then we'll crash here for 2.
Cancel.
And then swing here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. No way.
Well,
it could be 2.
Cancel on 3.
Dang it. Dang it. Oh, man. Dang it.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'm not going to bother with the clock kick.
I assumed not.
Because that's not going to actually help me. I need the resources more than I need the...
I'm like, if you stuck the 5, you would have clock kicked for the win. But...
Right, exactly. No, that was different, to say the least. Yeah. I'm like, you're what, 6 out of 26 at that point? So, like, I'll take my odds. I'll take 6 out of 29. I think you were. Like, I'll take my odds. I like those odds.
All of your other, so you're only.
So this is at 1100 because it includes itself in that.
Oh, other. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't say other.
Your doesn't say other. Reading helps, Brandon. However,
so, yeah.
My cards are bigger now.
Your cards are bigger now, and I'm also like 5 out of 34. So,
I know.
Which means I'm also going to triple cancel because that's how this game works.
Shh. Quadruple cancel.
Probably. Let's see how this goes. Let's see it.
Because immediately this one is bigger.
Yep. Oh, so we're just swing. We're just gonna vanilla swing. Okay, cool.
I have 1 stock.
All right.
For 2.
For 2, that's cool. I can live with that. I can live with 2. 2 is fine. Okay.
And then I'm going to twin drive.
Yep.
Because that worked so well last time.
It did work so well last time.
Call to Adventure came first. Cool. I will pull into hand one of the combo.
Okay.
For 3.
Okay. Cancels on 1.
And then for 1.
Okay. Okay. All right, so here's hoping for a trigger.
To overswing. Yeah, well, you got it. So
okay,
4.
Here we go. So for 4, here we go. Oh, there you are.
Oh, what's the last one going to be? There it
and it
is.
stinks.
There it is.
Man. So, yeah, I really do like this level 1 combo. I like it a lot.
Oh, the 1 into the 2-1?
Yes, I like it a lot. I think the reason I like it the most, though, is because of this guy. Because it's on play, draw 1, pitch 1, which lets me get into climaxes, which lets me get into my money counter. That's actually how I got my money counter into hand, was off of the draw effect on the 2-1. Because the 2-1 has the draw and the salvage. I drew the money counter. And it gives me more access to those things. If and you know, I got the end game that I didn't necessarily like. Obviously, ideally, you want the combo for the end game, but I got an end game that I was fine with. Swinging into 3-1 with 3-3-4 and a clock kick. Like, I like that. So.
Yeah,
Or 2-2-3 and a clock kick. Like, I like that. I think that's like swinging from 3-1 into compression that isn't great. I feel pretty good about that. So wasn't able to sculpt the end game perfectly. Obviously, I would have loved to have gotten my combo on field, but no, I've been playing around with this, and I really do like it. I think it works pretty effectively.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's interesting. I think that it helps in a lot of areas that you wanted access to.
There's more access to stuff that you can't salvage. There's enough salvage, and also some field plussing. Like, the 2-1 is less likely to die, especially because I run a lot of backups in this. So I do like it. I think that this works pretty well. I'm generally happy with it. So, what about Adventure Time? Anything interesting on your end?
I mean, for me, it's a matter of, because essentially I have 2 level 1s. I have the level 1 standby combo, or I have the level 1 blind stock.
Yeah.
So making that decision at level 1 is always a difficult decision.
Yeah.
Like this time around, I should have probably gone with yellow instead of red for that first round, because I had enough to be able to do a multiple combo instead of just the 1 that I did for red.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I only had 1 true reverse target, so like it was a lose-lose either way.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, realistically, what I need to do is I need to go with yellow first. Is what I need to do. I keep telling myself that, and then I don't do it.
Well, because it's counterintuitive, right? Like, because you want to play your combo. Like, that's what you've been trained to do the entire time you've been playing this game, is get your combo on field, fix for your combo, level the color of your combo.
Well,
so,
it's because it's partly because that's the way you generate resources. The best way to generate resources is get your combo on field. This one has an off combo that actually does generate about the same resources as the combo. So making that decision is a little bit harder at that first level.
Yeah.
And realistically, having that out at level 1 is better, because especially if I don't hit you to level 1, most of your stuff isn't going to match or meet 5K, especially in this matchup.
Right.
So then I would have gotten to be able to get an additional blind stock off of that. So like I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it's still, the end game is still very explosive. Like,
it is.
The Twin Drive Musashi is still a very interesting card to have with this set. Like, as like the off finisher. Like, so like it's a really interesting, because it's like a fake end game combo with it. So I don't know. I think it's still a lot of fun. I think I think the deck tries to play itself versus me playing it.
Yep, I get that.
So like, but I think it's just because I haven't had as enough of the games to be as fully confident in knowing what I'm doing every turn.
Yep.
Like I know the general idea of the deck and I know how the deck's supposed to play, but like there's a couple of player making decisions that I have to like that would come with playing the deck more often.
That makes sense.
But I think that's true of most decks.
Yeah, of course.
I mean that's why you're playing around with Cardcaptor.
Right.
You're playing around to find the deck and find how the deck plays and what the deck needs and what the deck wants.
Yep.
So you're spending all this time dedicated to getting those pieces, getting the parts. So that way when you play the deck, you are getting the cards and access you want.
Yes.
Which I think is true for a lot of players. Like I think there's a core deck for most decks, and there's a bunch of sideboard pieces that depend on the player as opposed to depending on the deck.
Yep. I agree. And I think that's one of the we've talked about the living deck list. And I think that's an application. Like the deck list never dies. The deck list is never set. It's always it's always something that's to some extent in flux. So I think that and I think that especially with something like Adventure Time where you actually have some options with how you want to approach it, it's not, necessarily, this level 1 combo into the end game. Like the end game is probably the end game, but exactly how you want to get to that end game, it does to a certain extent depend on play style and personal preference. So I'm interested to see where other people take it. I still think that your list is the best list that I've seen for sure. This is the one that I think makes the most sense. I mean, obviously there's some bias there, but I think what you have makes a lot of sense. And I don't know. Obviously, more playtesting will, generate new lists. It's just the nature of the game. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely. But until then,
thank you for joining us. This has been a fun one, and we will be back with more gameplay next Thursday for the deck that I will be premiering on Tuesday. It'll be a Konosuba deck. It'll be a lot of fun. After that, Clock Talk a week and a half from now on that Tuesday, followed by more open gameplay on that Thursday following. So, until then, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.